Good morning, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to class 7. It's your first class of science, and here I'm going to teach you about the first one topic from chapter number 1, and our name of the chapter is Nutrition in Animals. Firstly, starting from the name of the chapter, nutrition. So I would like to define you about the nutrition first. What is nutrition? Nutrition is a process of obtaining food and its utilization by body is called nutrition. In the process of nutrition, the basic thing is the way of obtaining food, or the basic thing is the food. Now what is food for us? Food is like a fuel for our body. Food is like a fuel for our body. If we are not eating, or if we are not having any of the food, so we cannot work, we will not be able to grow, we will not repair, or we will not grow well. Okay, so food is the basic thing, food is the basic need of any of organism. Okay, so we can say food is fuel for any of the body, like if car or if any of the vehicle working and the fuel is not present, so that one vehicle cannot work. So same like that, the fuel for the human body is food, and the food is having some of the chemicals, some of the substances that is providing nourishment to the body, and that one nourishments are called nutrients. Okay, that one nourishments are called nutrients, and these nutrients are like fiber, proteins, carbohydrates. Okay, these all are the nutrients for the body of an organism. Okay, that we must intake for our proper or balanced diet. Now there are some modes of nutrition when we are intaking food. So the way of intaking food depends on some of the modes, and that one modes are called modes of nutrition. The first one mode of nutrition is the autotrophic mode of nutrition, and the second one is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, these are the two modes of nutrition. We are talking here about the animals, so there is no any of the concern from the autotrophic mode of nutrition, but I have written here to let you know about that we have two modes of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic, but I will give you just outline about the autotrophic. Okay, to make it clear that what is autotrophic nutrition. The term auto means self and the term trophos means nourishment. Okay, so it is self-nourishing organisms. Okay, it is self-nourishing organism means plants. Basically we use that word autotrophic for the plant because they are preparing their food by themselves, so they are considered as the autotrophs. They are considered as the autotrophs. Second one is the heterotroph. Heterotrophs are those, hetero means other, trophos means nourishment. Those organisms who are for their food depending on the other organisms are called heterotrophs. Okay? So our chapter belonging from the heterotrophic mode of nutrition is this one because it is belonging from the animals. Now starting here from heterotrophic nutrition. Which kind of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition? Heterotrophic nutrition is one in which animals or organisms are depending for their food on any of the other organisms, like onto the plants. Okay? Suppose there is a cow, there is a goat. Okay? What they are eating? What is their basic food part? Their basic food part is the plant. Their basic food part is the plant. So for their food they are depending on the other source, and that one other source is the plant. Okay? So these kind of nutrition is the heterotrophic nutrition, means organism is for their food depending on the other organism. Is there any confusion in the heterotrophic nutrition? If you are having any of the problem, so better you can ask. Now next one, in the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, if the organism is intaking food, so that one way of intaking food, okay, suppose cow is eating the plants, cow is eating the leaves, okay, the goat is eating the leaves, so they are having their food as a solid particle, okay, means completely they are having in their mouth, na? So that one mode of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition, means that one form of intaking food is called holozoic nutrition. So how can you define the term holozoic? The word holozoic means if the food is being taken in the form of solid particle as a whole, so such mode of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition. What is holozoic nutrition? When the food is taken in the form of solid particle as a whole, so it is called holozoic nutrition. Okay? There shouldn't be any confusion in the holozoic nutrition. Now next one, heterotrophic nutrition is comprising of 5 different categories. Okay? Animals are having their food. Okay? We all are animals. Here means all of the animal, humans are also animal. When we are intaking food, so there are some different ways, like birds are having their food by different way, snake is having the food by different way, they are swallowing their food, bees are sucking the nectar from flower, cows are eating vegetables, or we can say the plants by their mouth. Means they all are using different sources, different modes for their eating. Na? Some are sucking, some are living inside the body of any other organism. So according to this all different conditions, we are having here different categories, we are having here different modes of nutrition in the heterotrophic as well. Okay? Two main modes of nutrition, autotrophic, heterotrophic. Heterotrophic having 5 subclasses. The first one herbivore, the second one carnivore, the third one omnivore, the fourth one parasite, and the fifth one is the scavengers. Okay, these are the 5 different modes of nutrition, 5 different classes, or we can say subclasses of heterotrophic nutrition. Firstly, starting from the herbivores. Which kind of organisms are considered as the herbivores? Herbivores are those organisms who are depending for their food on only plants. Okay, who are depending for their food on only plants. Means they cannot eat, or they will never eat any of the animal part. They will never eat any of the animal part. Examples are like cow, goat, kangaroo. They are eating only plant. They are eating only plant material. They are eating only producers. So herbivores are considered as those organisms or those living creatures, those animals who are depending for their food on only of the plants are called herbivore. The second one is the carnivores. Which kind of organisms are considered as the carnivores? Carnivores are those who are for their food depending on only animals. Who are for their food depending on only animals. Means they hunt their prey. So carnivores can also be considered as the predators. We can also call to them predators because they like to hunt the prey. They eat the flesh of any other animal. So carnivores are those who are for their food depending on the animals only. There must be too many examples of carnivores in your mind. When I will give you, when your homework will be assigned, the question will be here. So you have to write the examples. So I think you people can write the number of examples by yourself. Carnivores, the example can be cat, the example can be lion. These are the carnivores who are eating other animals like tiger. They are eating the flesh of other animal by hunting their prey. So they can be considered as the predators as well. Next one is the omnivores. Who are omnivores? Omnivores are those who are depending for their food on both of the organism. Like animals or plant. They are depending for their food on both animals or plant. Like they eat plants as well, they eat animals as well. The best example of omnivore is the humans. The best example for the omnivores is the human. Some of the time we eat the plant part, some of the time we eat the animal part. So we are the best example. Another example, bear. Bear can eat the plants as well, bear can eat the animals as well depending on the supply of food. We can have the example of mouse as well. Mouse can eat the plants, like it can eat the vegetable like tomato, and it can eat the animal. Both of the things it can eat. So depending on the mode of supply, depending on the supply of food, they can have both of the things. Number 4 or number next is parasites. What are parasites? Parasites are those who are for their food depending on any of the other organism. They are depending for their food on other organism. Which means how they are depending for their food on other organism? All are depending on other organism, but parasites are depending on other organism by living inside the body. Means how they are depending? They are depending by living inside the body. How they are depending? By living inside the body of any other organism. Means parasite works, or the parasite feels them like a guest. They feel them like the guest. Suppose the guest is living, or the guest went to the house of any other relative. So same like that, parasite lives inside the body of any other organism, feels himself or feels itself like a guest, and then by its own desire. ठीक है? And some of the time it can harm the host in the body, or host body means in which it is living, and sometimes it doesn't it do not harm. But most of the time parasites harm, some of the time it doesn't harm. They can be both like they can be present inside the body of an organism and they can be outside the body of an organism. Both of the examples are different. If the parasite is present inside the body, so those parasites who are living inside the body, they can be roundworms, they can be any of the like liver fluke, which can be present in the intestine. They can be present in the intestine of human, they can be present in the intestine of cattle or in the alimentary canal. Okay, means parasites are present there. Now some of the parasites which are living outside the body are common. The common example of parasites who are living outside are the tick and lice. Okay, lice are you all commonly know which are present in the hair. Next one is the scavengers. Who are scavengers? Scavengers are those organisms who are for their food depending on the remains of dead material preyed by the carnivores. ठीक है, carnivores are those who are hunting their prey. Suppose a lion has hunt any of the other animal. ठीक है, that one dead body is present on the forest floor, and on the forest floor the scavenger means the example when I will tell you, then you will come to know. If any of the scavenger is present there, so that one scavenger will not hunt the prey. ठीक है, they will not hunt the animal. They will eat the remaining material of that organism. So these are the scavenger who are not hunting. They are just feeding on the remaining material. They are just feeding on the remaining stuff or remaining body of the dead stuff of any of the animal hunted by other predator. ठीक है? So scavengers, examples for the scavengers are the vultures like crow, eagle. ठीक है? They do not hunt but eat the remaining or dead material of any other organism. Now this one is the heterotrophic nutrition having 5 subclasses: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, parasites and scavengers. ठीक है? All of the definitions I have explained, all of the examples I have given. ठीक है? So there shouldn't be any of the query. Now whatever the mode of nutrition like herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, parasite or scavenger, whatever, but the process of nutrition, ठीक है, means the process of nutrition will be same in all of the organism. ठीक है, whatever the kind of organism, ठीक है, whatever the mode of nutrition, the process of nutrition means the process of nutrition will be same. The way of obtaining can be different. The way of obtaining food can be different. The source can be different. The food can be different. But the process of nutrition will be same in all of the organism. Now, what is the process? Nutrition, you all know. Okay, I have told you earlier what is nutrition. The way of obtaining food and its utilization. Okay, so this one way will be same in all of the organism. It will start from firstly it will start from ingestion. Second digestion, then absorption, then assimilation and then egestion. ठीक है, these are the 5 steps. ठीक है, these are the 5 phases or 5 phases in which the process of nutrition will take complete. ठीक है, will be complete. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. The first one thing is ingestion. What is ingestion? Ingestion is a way by which we are or any of the organism taking in food. ठीक है, taking in food means when we are taking food in the mouth or when we are intaking food. So this one process or this one way is called ingestion. Means taking something in the mouth or eating food is called ingestion. In the ingestion we can have the food by any of the way. ठीक है, the way by which the organism has the food, that one by that one way it will have the process of ingestion. It can be like by sucking the nectar, by swallowing any of the prey, ठीक है, by keeping the biscuit in the mouth, by eating the vegetable. ठीक है, whatever the way, when the food will be kept in the mouth, so it is called ingestion. After keeping the food in the mouth, it will move for the further means it will then swallowed by the esophagus and then moved into the other system, and that one system is called digestive system. We will study it later in the next one class, but according to the next step digestion I am telling you about or just giving you the outline of the process of digestion. ठीक है, and then you will come to know in the next one class what is the complete process of digestion. ठीक है, here I am just giving you the outline. Now what is digestion? Digestion is a process. Digestion is a process in which the complex food molecule converts into the simpler substance. The complex food molecule converts into the simpler substance, and this process is called digestion. Suppose we have any of the biscuit. ठीक है, when we will intake the biscuit, so it will not dissolve into our bloodstream. It will not dissolve into our bloodstream until we will not chew it, and then it will not pass into the stomach, and then it acted upon by certain enzymes, and then converted into the simpler substances like simpler substances, and then it will dissolve into the bloodstream. So to reach or to means we can say transported to different parts of the body, it is to be converted into the simpler substance, na? Then it will pass out into the bloodstream. So this one process acted on the food which we are intaking. The food which we are intaking acted upon by the digestion process, means digestion converts the complex substance into the simpler one. Complex substance into the simpler one, like protein into amino acid, like fats into fatty acids, like starch into glucose. ठीक है, these are the starch, proteins, fats. They are the complex molecule converting starch into glucose, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids. ठीक है, means from complex to the simpler one. I am writing here, then it will be clear for you. I am writing here starch into glucose, proteins into amino acid, fats into fatty acid. ठीक है, these are the complex and these are the simpler one. So these complex forms are then converted by the process of digestion into the simpler form. So the process of digestion is clear here. When the food is taken in, converted from complex into the simpler substances by the action of enzymes, and this one is the digestion. Now in the absorption, what is happening in the absorption? In the absorption, the simpler substances, ठीक है, this one simpler substances are then absorbed by the are transported to different body cells, and from the different body cells are being absorbed into the bloodstream. From different body cells they are being transported to the bloodstream, and the process of absorption takes place in the small intestine. ठीक है, from the small intestine it is being transported to the bloodstream. Now assimilation, what is being happening in the assimilation? In the assimilation, the simpler substances, they are the simpler substances again transported into the converting into the complex substances, and then this complex substances transported to different body parts. ठीक है, and after assimilation, what is happening? Egestion is done. Egestion is done means all of the waste material, or we can say all of the voided material just thrown out by the body by the process, and this one process is called egestion. ठीक है, ingestion, taking in of food, digestion, conversion of complex to simpler one, absorption of simpler substances, and conversion of simpler into the complex substances again, and then voided, or we can say that throwing out of voided material or waste material from the body. Whatever the mode of nutrition, the process will be same, means the food will be taken in, the process will start from the taking in of food, and it will end on to the throwing out of waste material from the body. Okay, now next one, process of nutrition in amoeba. When we are talking about organisms, ठीक है, so in the universe there are two kinds of organisms. ठीक है, we are having two kinds of organism. The first kind of organism is the unicellular, and the second one is the multicellular. ठीक है, when we are talking about organisms, so we are having unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Okay, unicellular, the word uni means one and cellular means cell. multi means more than one, multi means more than one. ठीक है, organisms are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Uni means one, cellular means child, multi means more than one. When the organisms are depending on only of the one cell, means they are having only one cell in the body, so they are considered as the unicellular organism. When the body of organisms are comprising of more than one cell, so they are considered as the multicellular organism. So the process of nutrition, how is the process of nutrition in the unicellular organism? Now what is written here? Process of nutrition in amoeba. And what is amoeba? Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Amoeba is a unicellular organism, means we can say it is a single celled organism. How it will intake the food when it is having only one cell in the body? If the organism is having only one cell in the body, so that one organism will be microscopic. ठीक है, means it will not be visible by the naked eye. We need to observe it with the help of the microscope. ठीक है, so this one is the microscopic organism. How it will have the food? First one thing about amoeba is that it is an animal. ठीक है, it is an animal which is present in the water. Where it is living? It is living or it is present within the water. ठीक है, means in the surrounding area is covered with water. This one is the rough structure of amoeba because it is not having any of the proper shape. These are the finger-like projections in amoeba. These are the finger-like projections. You can see it's like a finger, na? So these finger-like projections of amoeba are considered as the pseudopodia. These finger-like projections of amoeba are considered as the pseudopodia. What are the pseudopodia? Pseudopodia are considered as the false feet. They are considered as the false feet. ठीक है? What are the pseudopodia? Pseudopodia are considered as their false feet, and these with the help of these false feet, the amoeba moves in the water. Amoeba moves in the water with the help of their false feet. And how it is intaking food? How it is having the process of nutrition? Now I am explaining. Suppose it is present in water. Do not suppose it is actually present in water. With the help of this false feet, with the help of this pseudopodia, if it sees any of the prey, what is the prey? Prey is the food for the animal. Prey is the food for the animal. If it sees any of the prey, so these pseudopodia, ठीक है, these pseudopodia come closer to this prey. These pseudopodia come closer to this prey. This prey को means it is closing this one prey and then make a round over this food particle. Make a round over this food particle, and after making a round over this food particle, the pseudopodium is converting a vacuole or a round area around this food particle. ठीक है, and in this way it is now present in the body of amoeba. Now this food particle, this prey is present in the body of amoeba. Now what will happen? As it will close the pseudopodia, so what will happen? There will be a secretion, there will be a enzyme producing here, and that one enzyme is named as the lysosome. ठीक है, lysosome is an enzyme which is also called hydrolytic enzyme. This one hydrolytic enzyme will act on this one food particle, and with the help of this one hydrolytic lysosome enzyme, the process of digestion will complete here, and the used material we can say will be here from the food vacuole into the body of amoeba, and then later on this pseudopodium will void the waste material and then again to the original position, and then later on again back to the original position, and in this way it is having the waste material over here. ठीक है, means the pseudopodium closes its way, and then the food particle enters into the body of amoeba, and it is digested by the enzyme called lysosome, and then lysosome after digestion, the food will be in the stream in the body of amoeba, and the waste material will be voided out, and it will just leave behind, and then the pseudopodium again back to its original way. ठीक है, so these are the main thing here is that how it is having the food, what is the process of nutrition. It also started from the ingestion and also ended on to the egestion, and how it was moving with the help of their pseudopodia. And what are pseudopodia? Pseudopodias are their false feet. ठीक है, वो false feet means they are not actually They are not actual feet, they are not actually fingers, but they are supposed to be finger-like structure. They are supposed to be false feet, means we move by the feet. Now, so they are also moving or changing position with the help of this one feet-like structure. Okay. This one is the lecture of our today, and later we will continue in the next one class. There is some of your homework as well. The homework you can see from the web portal beta. If you will find any of the problem, basically you will not find the problem because all of the things I have explained. Some of the questions will be there. Let me explain you first how to work in the copy now. Then we will move towards the homework. Suppose it's your copy. Firstly, you will prepare the title page. You will prepare the title page, class 7. I am mentioning you all of the things because you new here. Do not write the heading of title page. I am writing here the heading of title page, but you do not need to write. Okay? You do not need to write. I am just writing to tell you that it is the title page. Okay? The first one will be the title page. This one will be the line over the page, paper. First one you need to mention here chapter number. Okay? And the next one thing beta you will mention the name of the chapter. Okay? You need to write in the capital or okay, just two things you will mention onto the title page. The next one paper will be your working paper. Okay, means on which you will work. How will you work beta? Before starting the work. And do not use too much colors here for title page. If you want to draw any of the diagram, you can draw any diagram, any small or little diagram from the chapter here in the side of paper. But do not use too much colors. Okay, only black and blue colors are allowed. Okay, black marker and blue marker, two markers are allowed. If you writing with the blue markers, underline with the black. If you writing with black, underline with blue. Do not use too much colors. Okay. Next one is will be your working page. How will you start the work? This one margin will be already present. You need to draw some of the margin here in the corner. Okay. Mention question number here in the corner in this one margin. Write the question very carefully. Then skip the line. Skip one line and write here answer. And then if there is any heading, suppose you are writing the answer of nutrition. So write the heading of nutrition first. Write the heading of nutrition first, okay? And after the heading, you will define the definition. You will centralize the heading, and then you will skip the line again. And then question number 2, write the question, and then skip the line, and then the answer. You need to mention here date and homework, okay? Next one, index. How will you prepare the index? For index, there will be 2 columns, 3 columns, or if there is no any of the column present, so you can draw column by yourself. Okay? The date you need to mention, topic, and then signature, If you are having index already in the copy, don't be worried. It's only for those students who are not having. Some of the time it happens there is a misprinting in the copy, na? So you can draw index like that. Date, topic, and teacher signature. Mention here date. Suppose it's 15 today. So you will write here 15, 7, and 20. Okay? You need to write here chapter number 1, name of the chapter, how many questions you have attempted. You will write here. Whatever the working you are doing on the same day, you will mention here whole. Okay? And then the date. And then the index is complete. Now homework is present on the web portal. Okay, the question whatever will be present there, you can write the answer. The questions are all that which I have explained in the lecture. One thing I am telling you that can create some of the confusion to you now. That is on page number 7. On page number 7 there is a part, check your progress. In this one, check your progress, you need to write both of the things. The first one part and the second one part. In the first one part there is a question, complete the following flow chart of the process of nutrition in animals. Okay? Ingestion of food. Next one, you all know what will be the answer. After ingestion there is digestion. Okay? So step complete this one part. And this lines you can write with a draw with a colored pencil, and the answers you will write with the black pointer. The next one, part number 2. These two are the matching column. Write with the blue pen, and then matching you can do, or matching you can complete with the colored pencils. Just enough. If you having any of the problem, you can ask. But these working is quite easy. People can do very easily if you have listened all of the lecture very carefully. We will meet again in the next one class. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.